be okay, 'cause I found my way.
Once again, make sure our riders are ready to start. Once we go here at 7 o'clock, we're going to start right away with our elite men in the semifinal round for the sprints. Keirin, semifinal for the Masters Cat 3 men, and our elite women Keirin semifinals to follow. Riders, please be ready. We will start with our 4 sprinters. I think they know who they are. Masters Cat 3 men, Heat A, Berg, Siegel, Baker, Kovacs, Flaum, and Narome, followed by Heat B, McLaughlin, Gonzalez, Simon, Lynch, Kavame, and Hui. Elite women, Heat A, Fridman, Snoblin, Mukahanana, Zax, Chen, Wunro. And Heat B, Dai, Ray, Wilmot, Darlene, Baird, and St. Clair. Calling all riders for the elite men's sprints semifinals to the ready area so we can do our draws ahead of our start. I think we're already in position. Keirin riders for the Masters and Cat 3 men also to the ready area. And with that, I think I can officially welcome everybody to tonight's racing session. You picked a good time to join us. It's the fastest racing of our season at the Velodrome. The Marymoor Grand Prix, about ready to kick off for our Friday night session. Thank you for making your way out to the park and joining us. My name, once again, I'm Corey, and I'll be your host for tonight. Pleased to be with you this evening. Racing is going to be great tonight. We start off with this exciting matchup in the sprint semifinal round presented by Pyatt Lending. The elite men qualified here. We've got our top 4 in this round of racing. Getting set to start here in just a moment. On the inside, number 12 is Andrew Karlberg, taking on number 2 right next door, Noah Mandow. Racing about ready to start. And off we go. Now, folks, you're watching here is a match sprint, 2 laps of high speed, but it won't look like it at first. They're going to take it a little bit more passively to start. It's a bit of a mind game and a positioning race here in the first 400 meters or so. So you're going to see a little bit more intermediate speed here. They know if they just go from the gun, that's a long distance to go. That's a long distance sprint, and whoever's in the slipstream is probably just going to win at the end anyways, just out of fatigue. So it's all about the timing. It's about applying the speed at the right time in the right place. It's about positioning the other rider where you want to keep them. So you're going to see a little bit of jockeying up and down and back and forth. The favorite here today is the rider actually in second position right now, coming in with our fastest qualifying time today during the 200 meters earlier today. Second place in last year's GP tournament, up against the current record holder for the elite men in the 200 meters, Andrew Karlberg. He's had plenty of fast laps here at our Velodrome. Mandow looking in very good shape this year. Racing for Star Trek Racing, coming here from the other coast. That's right, an East Coast team organization with some great speed here today. And what a flip of the bike and a great jump he gets. Karlberg's going to fight his way up here, see if he can hold on to Mandow. Our fastest finisher in the 200 meters, getting to the front like that, that's going to be a tough one to beat. One ride to determine who goes on to race for first and second. Mandow in charge. Karlberg does a nice job catching to the wheel, but he just won't quite overtake. Number 2, Mandow advances to race for first and second place. And now Heat 2, the semifinal round. One rider to advance up to face Noah Mandow for the final for first and second, the major final. The other rider will race again against Karlberg for third and fourth overall in today's Elite Men's Sprint Tournament. Two riders from Star Trek Racing meeting up here. Number 14 in lane 1 is Dylan Day. William Monday up along the rail, number 16. Not much is going to distinguish these two once they get on the other side of the track. We notice they are wearing opposite colored helmets. That'll help us separate things out nicely. The darker helmet on number 14, Dylan Day, had a quick time today in the flying 200 meters, but actually kind of punched above his weight class compared to his finishing time. He fought his way to be here into the semifinal round up against his teammate, who came in here with the second fastest qualifying time, just a thousandth of a second slower than his teammate Noah, we just saw race a moment ago. Star Trek coming in with some great sprinters here for this year's GP, as it's 3 out of 4 of them in our semifinal round, all part of the Star Trek Racing organization. William Monday, number 16, currently in the back position. Again, the faster rider from qualifiers today, but this is set to be a pretty tough one for Monday to be just able to ride away from his teammate, who's fought hard here to get to this stage where he's able to go up against his teammate. And in these races where a lot is on the line, a lot of times these first laps will be patient like this. You can see quite a bit of space here. As they cross the pursuit line, the rider in the front, you might see him start to slow down even more. That red line opposite us, right in the middle of the back straight. They do have to maintain walking pace at least to that point, with the rider in lane 1 in the lead throughout that way, unless, of course, the rider in second position decides to take the front. Rolling kind of slowly up into turn 3. Still plenty of patience here between the two. Several bike lengths separating the two riders, as the faster finisher is leaving some gap here behind. Both riders showed great strength earlier in their qualifying event. Really trying to hold on to their cards here, keep it close to the chest, not showing a whole lot here at the beginning of this race. You got to imagine they must know a fair amount about each other. So a lot of familiarity here. They're going to read each other's body language very closely. Eyes now watching one another as we come onto the home straight. The faster finisher, 16, swooping up the hill a little bit to get a little extra acceleration. He's trying to run a little bit into the wheel, not over committed just yet. Monday now starting to roll it up a little bit. The rider from the front, that's Dylan Day. Now also in the acceleration, both riders running at it in turn 3. Good acceleration from position 2. They'll be side by side. It'll be a good fight. Can Day hold on? Here comes Monday around the corner showing his top strength. That's another class of speed. He'll overtake in style through the turns. Nearly a half a bike on his teammate, but two great competitors throwing down the semifinal round. Carlberg will face Dylan Day for the third and fourth place ride. That'll be a best of three format we get to watch. And Noah Mandow taking on William Monday, your top two qualifiers today. No surprise to see him for the race for first and second. And moving right along, the Keirins semifinal rounds for the Master and Cat 3 men presented by Greg Cycles. The semifinal round, we have already had to remove some riders from the start list today. This is a qualified group already. They either got here through one ride where they were in the front two positions of their field and they got directly here, or they had to go through the reps, an extra ride to earn their spot. So we already know this is a fast group. How is this going to get sorted out now is we'll take the top three to a major. The rest of the positions will race again in the minor final. So all riders at this stage will get another race. It's whether you're racing for first through sixth or seventh through 12th, depending on the finish here in this heat. The semifinal round getting lined up for the Masters and Cat 3 men presented by Greg Cycles. And the pacer getting the signal on its way. Pacer on the home straight. Riders ready. Off we go. 4 laps of speed around the track. Riders need to stay behind the pacer the entire way here until the pacer pulls off in the final lap and a half. Corner 1 knows how to make some noise. I hear the kids over there giving some good cheers. Love to hear it. That's right. The riders can hear you, and that's part of the thing. I'll talk to these racers before and after racing, and what do they talk about our Velodrome? It's the great crowd that we're able to draw on a Friday night. They love it. I was talking to Lisanne Wilmot a little bit earlier about why she loves the GP. She even left it in her rider write-up talking about the environment here. So as the riders come by, make sure you make some good noise because this is part of the fun about being here. You chose the right day to show up for a Friday night. Letting the riders know you're here to cheer them on, especially when you get into these big sprints. Here they come by. This is an important ride for these competitors. Leading the way is number 57. That's Brent Berg, racing for the Cyclemeister Bow-Cycle team. Got to be in the front half of the finish here if you want to continue on towards the race for first through sixth. Right behind your front rider, that's Ben Flom, local competitor, racing for the Shogun of Seattle. Andy Baker right behind him, also one of our local regular competitors. Getting up to speed here. So every time they come by, you'll notice the Keirin bike, the front pacer gets a little bit faster. Scott Fowler driving the bike this evening for us, bringing them all up to speed. Number 58 is the rider in fourth position in this group. That's Frank Kovacs. We got Kunamasa Nurome, number 90. And finally, Brent Berg, number 57. All the riders in this group, pardon me, Alex Siegel, your last rider in the lineup for Waterline Racing. There's your 6. Off we go. The pace is out of the way. We're down into a lap and a half. Here's the time to make the noise. 1 to go coming up around the corner. 1 to go. Who's your riders? Where are we at, Redmond? Number 57 leading the way down. Opening the sprint up is Berg, who has control of the lap right now. You got to be in the front half of this field. Baker's starting to make a good move alongside of Flom down the back straight. Siegel's trying to climb his way back up all the way from the back of the field. The rider in blue making a nice advance here. We might have 3 riders side by side for that third position. Oh, Berg holding on nicely. Flom and Baker will be your 3. Our other 3 riders will get another chance to race in the next round for the minor final. And now our second heat, the second group here for the semifinal round. featuring Stephen McLaughlin, Willie Gonzalez, Zachary Simon, Andrew Lynch, Matthew Kavame, and Alex Huey. Top 3 will continue on to race in the major for 1st through 6th. The Pacer is on its way. Pacer on the home straight. Riders ready. Same race format, same rules will apply. Top 3 get to race again for 1st through 6th. Andy Lynch, number 54, has drawn position number 1 and will fall in right behind the Pacer. And the rest of the riders will also get in their lineup. In case you're curious, before the race starts, the riders are drawing for position randomly. So this order is set before they begin. They may change their positions during the race. It doesn't have to stay this way. At least to get the initial lineup, though, they must fall into that order, especially rider number 1 right behind that Pacer. Ben already getting a shout out on the live chat in that last group, Ben Flom. Thanks for our live chat being here out on YouTube. If you want to join in on the fun, even if you're here in the Velodrome, we'd love for you to jump in there and give us a shout out, ask a question, leave a comment. We love to see it. Just find us on YouTube, JB Velodrome, or go to that website mentioned earlier, velodrome.org/live. Zachary Simon is the second rider in this group, number 78, right behind his teammate. Field's starting to crush down a little bit here. That's Matthew Kavame, number 88, in third wheel spot in the almost all white kit. Willie Gonzalez kind of moving up a little bit here, repositioning. That's number 59 in the black. The white and black is number 55. That's Alex Huey. Your last rider in the lineup is Stephen McLaughlin for Bike Central, the rider out of Portland. Riders getting up to full speed. The Pacer is left. Here we go. It's the one to go mark. Top 3 advancing. Who will it be? Big move from Huey, number 55, over the finish line. Big acceleration as he picks it up into turn 1. Diving away from the rest of this field, making it look easy. He doesn't get any extra points for being this far away from the field, but he wants to make sure he is in that race for 1st through 6th. Looking like he wants to be the champ tonight. Good catch here from Lynch and Gonzalez. Come around the corner. Gonzalez getting some good acceleration. Getting tight here. Whoa, my goodness gracious. That wasn't exactly how we'd want that to go. As 55 pulled off the acceleration, I think the riders behind him in the sprinter's lane a little frustrated with nowhere to go. Our riders making their exit. We're about to bring up the elite women in their semifinal round for the Keirins. Stand by.
All right, and I believe this is going to be first call for Kiddie Kilo staging. So Kiddie Kilo staging, first call. We got about 10, 15 minutes until you ride. Kiddie Kilo staging is behind the beer garden. Not in the beer garden, behind the beer garden. Line up by your age, and we'll get you started here soon.
For the elite women, we have our first heat coming to the lineup to get their start. Lauren Fridman, Diane Snoblin, Tendo Mukahanana, Gabriel Zaks, Kimberly Chen, and Jacqueline Wunro. 4 quick laps around the track. Once again, top 3 racing for 1st through 6th later tonight. Qualifying to get to the stage, had to work their way through this first session to be able to qualify for this final in front of you this evening. The semifinal round about ready to begin, getting their final check-ins now from our officials, and then we'll get this thing underway. Pacer getting the signal, and it's on its way. Following this race, Heat 2 of the semifinal round for the Elite Women, Keirin. And then we go into the first ride for the finals for the Elite Men's Sprints. Riders for the Elite Men's Sprints in your first ride of the finals, please be ready. Pacer onto the home straight. Riders ready. Great opportunity for you to get to know some of these riders before it all matters at that big finish that they're going to get during their final round. Again, this is just a top 3, bottom 3 sort of a situation, so finish in the front third. Riders aren't trying to necessarily win this, they're trying to do just enough to get to the front. Relegation to number 78 for not holding their line in the previous sprint. That's a relegation to 78 by ruling. Number 88 will then advance into the major final. And we want to make sure we shout out Greg Cycles for supporting us once again. This race presented by Greg Cycles. Greg's Green Lake Cycle first opened its doors in 1932 under the direction of RV Greg. Today's Greg Cycles remains under the ownership of Stan Gregg, the 3rd generation of the Gregg family. His commitment to customer service and quality products is influenced by his own love of cycling. The Forever Corner 2 sponsor, always supporting the track and helping out wherever they're needed. This e-bike where you see right now during the Keirin is amazing. Make sure to check out one of their 3 local shops for all your cycling needs. And thanks again to Greg Cycles for the ongoing support. The Elite Women in this semifinal round, they're getting rolled up to speed here and getting ready for a very exciting finish. Kimberly Chen drew out position number 1 up at the front there, number 118, racing for the Red Truck Racing Team. Plenty of other fast riders. We saw a great qualifying time from Tendo Mukuhanana, who's here from Triple Shot Racing back there in position 5. Right in front, Diane Snoblin for the Burnaby Velodrome Club. Lauren Fridman, also the Burnaby Velodrome Club here, putting up some good races earlier today. And at the back end is Gabriel Zaks for the Eclipse Racing Team, number 115. Bells ringing, 1 to go for the Elite Women in the semifinal round. Top 3 advance. Chen still holding onto the front position. A little bit of a challenge from the riders from the Burnaby Velodrome Club as Snoblin's starting to line things up kind of middle. Mukanana has come right up behind Chen, kind of down in the box. The sprinter from Triple Shot in a tough position now. The rest of the field starting to work around the right side. And that's starting to open up room now for your rider for Triple Shot, who will start to find a little bit more room for herself. Snoblin right alongside Fridman. Mukanana sneaking her way in right behind. And now your second heat getting lined up. This group featuring Mia Dye, Olivia Ray, Lizanne Wilmot, Kelly Darlene, Sarah Beard, and Gabriella St. Clair. Riders coming up to the line now. On deck, ride 1 for the finals, the Elite Men's Sprint Tournament. Pacer getting the signal and on his way. Pacer on the home straight. Riders ready. Off we go for our second of two heats in the semifinal round. Top three will racing for first through sixth. Gabby St. Clair draws position number one and puts herself right behind the Pacer. In the green right behind is Sarah Beard racing bib number 121. The Canadian-born, now longtime Australian Lizanne Wilmot in position three. If you were here for the GP last year, you caught her out here doing might have seen her doing the 1 hour record on the penny farthing. Known for not only holding that world record here at our track where she set it, but also the world record on that same bike contraption, top speed world record as well. So Wilmot going to be putting on a show for us tonight. And she's at her favorite race. She talks about all of her results she has racing all over the world, and she still really loves racing in front of this crowd. A couple of Star Trek competitors right behind her. We got Mia Dye, number 129, and Olivia Ray O'Ray, number 110, both from Star Trek. And finally, local Kelly Darlene, coach for the juniors, a recent graduate from our own junior development race program, having a nice year for herself here, trying to find her way into what will be a very fast heat to work into this Keirin major final. Last time you'll see him behind the Pacer, seeing two to go. Which of our six will join the three that have already advanced? Watch number 117 in a big way, as well as the Star Trek racers right behind her. The middle of this field is going to get very contested. Although again, they don't need to beat each other. They just need to make sure that they're front of this field. Star Trek's already starting to kind of move up alongside Wilmot, who kind of pulled off the pedal just a little bit. St. Clair at the front with that red bike, sort of leading things at a very solid pace, just trying to hold her current tempo. Nothing too fishy here. Getting the one to go. One to go. Here comes O'Ray, number 110, launching things into turn one. She's followed by her teammate. There's Wilmot, also trying to get up to speed. And now we're starting to see the separation of these top three. As I kind of mentioned, those positions should be your faster finishers in this field. Good effort here from Darlene to try to get back up to the acceleration from Wilmot. May not quite be enough. She's still turning those pedals, though. Coming for it. Coming for it. Star Trek fighting for it. Wilmot. And that'll do it. Both your Star Trek riders advancing to the major final alongside of Lizanne. Looking very well in control here. The Elite Men Sprint Finals ride number one, presented by Pyatt Lending, coming up to the rail.
Another reminder, we have our Kiddie Kilo coming up fast. If you are a Kiddie Kilo rider, you are behind the beer garden, behind the containers. We're lining up by age. So Kiddie Kilo riders, get over there and get ready.
Riders coming up for the matchup here on the best of three format. Andrew Carlberg is number 12, already at the line, waiting his competition. Dylan Day, number 14 for Star Trek Racing, coming up alongside him. Best of three, these riders will race at least twice to see who will take the overall third spot on tonight's sprint tournament podium. And off we go. A great matchup here between our local king of speed over the last few years. Carlberg has put out some incredibly fast laps. Recent father, making sure he's getting in better shape and ready for tonight's contest. Has been out here putting in some great laps on the Monday night series. He holds our current record at our track for the Elite Men flying 200 meter. Just a few years back, setting that, I believe, that time here at the GP, if I'm not mistaken. So still sits in our record books as quite this fast rider. He's up against another rider from Star Trek. This is Dylan Day, the rider currently in second in the position, a little bit higher up on the track. They'll race at least twice. This their first matchup. It's all evened up here for their first meeting. Nothing before this matters. It's just now these two on the track. the qualifiers, all of the rounds they did to get here. Now it's just about these two figuring out how I can win tonight. I got to get 2 on this other competitor. Sizing each other up here. Carlberg put up against the rail a little bit. I think he'll be just fine using the hill to get a little acceleration here. He knows he needs to get up to speed. Day right next door to him. He's trying to close the door a little bit down on him. Ooh, getting tight into turn 2 or turn 3, pardon me. And he actually will pull up out of that knowing that got a little tight. We'll reset and try that one again. Day comes across the line first in this first matchup. That was probably a call based on bringing his wheels underneath that red line, his acceleration. He knew he kind of got on top of the position of Day. And instead of facing any sort of relegation or any sort of unsafe situation, kind of pulling up and giving space for Day. He'll dial that back in and give another attempt here later on tonight when we'll bring him on for round 2 of this finals for the elite men. And while we get ready for the first ride in this final for the first and second place now, we want to shout out our thanks to Pyatt Lending Company. Thanks to Jeff Pyatt for all the years of financial support. The race for first and second. They flew all the way across the country to be in front of all you folks. They could just do this in their own backyard, but instead they're here in Marymoor Park racing in front of the live crowds on a Friday night. William Monday, number 16 in lane 1, up against Noah Mandow, number 2, out in lane 2. Undisputed fastest riders here today. Both riders putting up very quick times for their qualifiers, the fastest of the day. They are able to sit out the first round of the sprints. They earn a bye with their fast finish. Keeps their legs fresh for what's going to be an important matchup between these two. The stakes are higher than on a normal training event. They are here for some big prize money and, of course, the prestige of winning in front of the live crowd here in Marymoor Park. I hope you folks know that you are well loved in the community of track cycling in this country because, again, the environment here, so loud, so supportive, so fun to be at. And that's part of the fun of this whole experience for all of us here this evening. So thank you for all of you that made your way out on a Friday night to join us for the GP. Great to see so many of you here. It's Mandow in the second position, the rider with the black helmet. Right in front of him, William Monday leading the lap. A little bit of playing forward and back, some quick changes in speed in this portion of the race. Monday still posts himself up at the front, maybe hoping that Mandow might try to move up in front of him. Mandow takes control at the front, sweeping up and down, left and right. You can see all of the movement that these riders are trying to put in. The fake acceleration, a little bit of push here now into the sprinter's lane. Mandow's still waiting. This gives a chance for Day to move up and down back into that sprinter's lane. Monday now starting to really churn these pedals. Whoa! Look at the power into the turn. Now we're going to get a side-by-side sprint. Monday trying to go.
Let's make some noise.
Oh, on the inside. Here we go.
Make some noise. Let's go!
Monday and Mando. Monday will take the first one. 16 on the outside. That was all over. What a fantastic first race for these two. By the qualifiers, a thousandth of a second faster was Mandow. That's nothing in his match sprint now. This is just down to these two figuring out this matchup and seeing who will better the other today. Tough race for Mandow from the front. He was in control of the tempo and the speed. Monday, leaving a little bit of room, ran up at the wheel and found the catch when he needed to, right to the line. What a first ride. We'll see more from them later on tonight. And now, folks, the main attraction, the reason you're all actually here, it is the Move Redmond Kiddie Kilo. Kids, we want to make sure you got to stay down on the gray part of the track, so you're going to go to the left.
Actual junior team. There we go.
That was well done.
Look at corner 1. Look at all those spectators. And corner 2, I need like a wave of sound for these kiddos.
You only get to see them one time here, folks. You got to put all your applause into this one lap for them. As they come by, you're going to want to give them a good cheer. The Kiddie Kilo is a long-running tradition for us here. And anybody who's at any other velodrome and sees what we're doing here, we have two reasons why this has been successful. One is that we are in an amazing community. We're surrounded by a very pro-bike, pro-athletic community here in Redmond. And also, it's just the consistency. We've been doing this for years. This Velodrome has been hosting this event. Hundreds of kids making their way out to the Velodrome every Friday night to participate in the
Oh my
Kiddie
gosh,
Kilo
where's the
competition.
photo fit? Don't run into things though! Woo!
Jeez. What a sprint.
Oh my goodness. These kids are serious.
Wow.
There we go. You guys are going to go into the fenced area. You can ride around in the fenced area. You only get one lap though, I'm sorry. There's like 100 of you. It'd be a lot. Nice work, nice work.
Nice job to our first group. They did make that look fast. Great work. Here comes your next group of kids up to the start.
Is there more? Is this a small group? Pow, is there more? Guess not. Okay, you guys, can you be super fast for me?
Yeah!
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah!
Ready, set, go! Fastest lap ever! Ready, set, go, 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 go!
The back half of this field wins for the best helmets so far. I was looking for the kids style. Let's talk a little bit about our sponsor for the Kiddie Kilo, Move Redmond. They're advocates for better walking, biking, and transit in Redmond. We thank them for their ongoing support and partnership and being a part of our community and helping folks get on bikes and to be active and fit here in Redmond. Thanks again to Move Redmond for supporting the Kiddie Kilo and racing here at our Velodrome. Look at the passes on the back straight there. They're going all the way up onto the track. I'm not going anywhere near that kid. Big wide passes. That's nice and safe. I don't mind it. Whoa, look at this. A sprint down the home straight. Nicely done. The infield loves it. Nice job. Spider-Man moving up several positions. I approve.
Oh, we got a pack finish here. What? Don't run into the posts, please.
Ooh.
Woo!
Wow, nice.
They're sprinting.
They really are. Next group coming on out. We do this every Friday night throughout the regular season. It's a very common occurrence here. And again, we've been getting well over 100 kids every single week as a testament to this great community that loves to be a part of our Velodrome. So fun to see so many of you here again tonight for the GP. After the Kiddie Kilo is wrapped up, the sprints will come back up for their second ride before we get into the minor and then major final for the Keirins for both our Masters and Cat 3 men and the Elite Women fields.
All right, it looks like I have a Kiddie Kilo world champ down here, by the way. This group, are you ready?
Yeah!
All right, one super fast lap. Ready, set, go. They're already going. Go, 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 go. World champ, false start.
UCI jersey benefit.
Woo!
Start sooner. It's all good.
There you go, corner one, make some noise.
Wow. He's really turned those pedals. My goodness. This race has a distinct two sections. There's a race at the front and then there's a parade at the back right now. It's very nice. Oh, the pass in turn 3. Oh, man. Even checking over the shoulder, be like, do I got this kid? I think I got this kid. I think I can get there. The first of many victories. Still checking. Like, I gotta make sure I got this.
Let's make some noise on this home stretch. Look at that leg speed. Woo!
Nicely done. Wow.
And our lovely wall of older juniors, that's our Jerry Baker Juniors team. And fun fact, some of those kids started in the Kiddie Kilo and are now racing on the juniors team. It's pretty amazing. There we go. We got a bunch more in this group. And Corey mentioned, yes, every Friday we have Kiddie Kilo, including next Friday, which happens to be Junior Nationals. So it'll be kids racing with a giant Kiddie Kilo, and it'll be amazing. So yes, next Friday, it'll be right around 7:15, 7:30 for the Kiddie Kilo. The racing session actually starts at 6, but we will have the Kiddie Kilo around the same time as normal.
What a great time for the kids to meet potential role models. National champions in their age groups will be flying here to compete. Great time to be aspirational for you and your family that particular Friday. That'll be exciting. USA Cycling Junior Track Nationals once again here for the juniors flying in to compete for top honors in their age categories starting up middle of next week. Excited to be hosting them once again here for our second year. Nicely done. Great racing all the way around the Velodrome. Making pink look like the fastest color there, our last finisher. Well done. Getting help from the infield athletes. And we can bring our next group down. Come on up, kids. This looks to be 2 more groups here. There are so many kids here tonight.
I think this is our last full lap.
It's going to be a lot.
It's going to be a lot. They're just walking up at this point.
Very impressive.
Oh, we do have one more group. We do have one more pedal group. This group, though, this looks fast. We're going to do one full lap. Gus, are you ready?
Yes!
Heck yes. Ready, set, go!
The Kiddie Kilo rolling and rocking around the Velodrome here with our next group.
All right, and it does look like we have one more full lap group and then our push bike derby. There's so many kids. This is amazing. Yes, remember, kiddos, only one lap. There we go. Corner 4 is making some noise. Secretly, corner 4 is like my favorite place to spectate from. All the action out of that corner. Oh, Gus leading the pack. Oh, nice. I always joke this should be a womb bike commercial. We have like 50% of those. There we go. Parents, watch out. There are kids behind you. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Full face helmet and everything.
Great job from all the kids. Still coming through a few more finishers.
And like I said, yes, just one lap. There's a lot of kids. You guys can keep riding in the grass. We have a fancy little containment for you.
Nice job. Wow, that's a fast scooter going around there.
That was a fast scooter.
Nice job. I do think I see more kids ready to go, though. Okay, here we go. Let's bring our next group out.
All right, we have our last full lap group. I'm going to keep saying that until it's true.
First task is you got to corral the kids. Then we can get this race started. Thanks for the help for all the families. Bring their kids out here and helping them be a part of tonight's Kiddie Kilo. This is our last group that I can see for the bikes before the push bike derby.
Ooh, this looks like a very fast group too. This group, are you ready to do your whole lap? Oh, there was like one kid. Are you ready to do the full lap?
Yeah.
They are. Ready, set, go! They're all, ooh, straight lines, straight lines.
There's at least
Parents,
4
watch
kids.
out. There are kids behind you. There's a lot of kids. Parents, heads up. They're just dodging people.
There's at least 3 or 4 kids when you said ready, set, go who were still kind of looking up at the clouds when mom and dad just was like,
Just threw them
push
right
start,
in.
you're going.
It's good stuff.
Love it.
I will say I love these Kiddie Kilo numbers. They're like Space Invaders themed. They also, the kids have cloth numbers from our lovely sponsor, Vi13.
That's right. We were gonna
Super
give a shout out
cool.
to Vi13 later tonight because we have got so much help from them with all these numbers for this event. Let me know out there in YouTube land if the audio balance is a little bit more appropriate. Thanks for the constant feedback. We appreciate you out there. Hard to monitor those things as we continue to slightly update our setup almost every week with slight tweaks here and there. A couple more groups here for the Kiddie Kilo. This group right now, we've got the push bike derby after that. And then round 2 for the sprints finals coming up after that.
Well, corners 4 and 3 are packed with our full lap riders. There we go, all the way to the finish line. All the way. And then go and stay in that contained area until everyone is done. Oh, we got some runners too. Always your friendly reminder, this is a 400-meter track, just like your running track. When's the last time you ran a 400? Whew.
All right, as you come across the finish line, you're all done. Great job, kids. Into the grass to your left. I know it doesn't look like grass. It's a little bit, it's taken a month off here. Into the brown. Nice job for all these youth. Plenty more still coming through. Our youngest riders of the day. Almost ready to come out. Our small group for the the push bike derby. Always the finale, the great conclusion to the Kiddie Kilo. Great job with the applause here, folks. We got one more, and you're going to want to make a lot of noise for this last group. Oh, look at the bonus time here, making the track a little longer. Push the luck a little bit. Nice work. All right. Down at the end of the home straight, your push bike derby about ready to go. These riders will be just racing down until they get across the finish line. Oh, 123. That's a good number, too.
All right, these kids are staging. But the best question here is, spectators, are you ready for Push Bike Derby? Let's make some noise, make some noise. Okay, adult wall, get ready. Here we go, kiddos, are you ready? Here we go. Ready, set, go! Run!
The light blue helmet makes a big jump out into the front. Look at that fast finish. Nice job. And of course, the best part about it is that massive smile on the kids' faces, and all of ours too. It's just a couple need a little extra help. It's fine. I mean, besides we have a race program to get to, it's fine.
All right, looks like they're gonna chill back there. All right, now everyone, we are going to try to get out of the track. Let's give a round of applause. That was amazing. That was a lot of kids. So Kiddie Kilo riders, you're gonna come out either the way you got back in, or you can just jump the fence. We need to get everyone out of the inner circle here, everyone out of the inside of the track. There are stickers. You have Kiddie Kilo stickers for everybody, but let's get everyone out of the track the best we can. Thank you for joining us. And like I said, come back next week for Junior Nationals.
Yes, you can exit wherever is convenient for you, so you do not need to go through the exit gate, but that is a convenient way to get out of here. Just make sure once you go through, you keep moving forward. There's lots of people behind you trying to get out, so please keep moving quickly in the forward direction. You can exit anywhere you'd like. You do not need to wait in the lineup, but we do need all of our families in that infield to make their way out now. Elite men, sprinters, we're coming up into the second ride of your matchups. As soon as we clear the track, we'll bring you on up.
Like Corey said, keep on moving those.
Oh my gosh, those little athletes are so tiny. I know. Isn't it great? 130 tiny athletes or so almost every Friday night join us. That's the kind of fun we have here at our Velodrome. I'm standing up here next to Henry Kaiser, who was a part of our junior development team and started out here at some point doing the Kiddie Kilo, right? Henry, did you ever do the Kiddie Kilo? Oh, okay. But you remember our earlier seasons when you were here, how much smaller these used to be. This is, a couple years back here, maybe 5, 6, 7 years back when we were thinking, okay, wow, yeah, this used to be like 30, 40 kids would make their way out. And I think ever since the beginning of last season, maybe even the year before, it's been an average of over 100 kids every Friday night. Pretty amazing stuff.
Yes, last year we averaged over 100 kids. It was pretty amazing. So yes, if you made it out, keep going because there's a lot more kids behind you. There are stickers. Make sure you drink like dreamy drinks, get some food truck stuff, and watch racing. There's going to be some great racing happening, but keep on moving. Yep, let's keep on pushing forward, Kiddie Kilo riders. There's a lot of you, I know. You can also just lift bikes over the rail. There we go. Which one is it? You want to get strapped in? Andrew, is it you? Is it you? Have you guys drawn? We're almost there. Looks like riders are rolling on up.
Keep going.
And now coming back to the Elite Men for the Sprints Finals. Ride number 2 is presented by Pyatt Lending. This matchup between Andrew Karlberg and Dylan Day. It appears that Dylan is going to take the inside lane here. Number 14 in the inside position to his right up along the rails, Andrew Karlberg, number 12. The rider for Star Trek, number 14, with the advantage right now in the matchup. Close in turn 3 on lap 2 between these two, as it was Karlberg coming down track and may have over-accelerated or over-moved down track a bit. Decided to abort the action, let Day ride away from him. We'll see if this second time out, these two can figure out a bit more of a competitive format here between the two. I'm sure that Karlberg's got another plan ready to go here to see if he can find a win and force a ride 3. Otherwise, it'll be a rider from Star Trek sitting up on the 3rd position in today's overall for the sprint tournament. Prize money going 3 deep for our races here for the big cash. So definitely want to fight up to those top positions if you can. Up after this, the race for 1st and 2nd. We'll also see its 2nd ride. The rider in the current advantage, the leader of the series right now in front, trying to find his 2nd win and end this race here and now. Karlberg chasing him down at 1 to go. Karlberg, your local rider, again, our current champ in terms of top speed in the record books. Been a little bit away from his training. Recent father coming back and having some great competition this year. Now in the 2nd spot. Can he find the turn of speed to come around? Day's controlling it from the front all the way around through the turn. Karlberg's not giving up. He'll try to reaccelerate the fight here onto the home straight. Day versus Karlberg. Cannot quite find what he needs to come around the corner. A much better matchup this time between the two. Day proves himself well in this fight. Leads out the effort and does it again here in their 2nd ride. It will be Dylan Day, 3rd overall for the Elite Men Sprint Tournament. I think these two athletes will come rolling by for a quick round of applause and a congratulations for the two of them. Our fast athletes here in today's sprint tournament. Day waving to the audience, appreciating the support. It's going to be a very blue with some red podium here tonight, folks, for this sprint tournament. We got Star Trek taking top spots all over. We know they're going to be on the top 3 steps now. Here comes ride 2 between Mandow and Monday. Now, the M&M matchup. Ride 2 getting set to start. This might be the last time we see these two. I know number 2, the rider in the inside position now moving to the front, does not want this to end yet. He is down 1 here in this matchup, best of 3. If he can find the win, we will get to watch these two great athletes go in a 3rd ride to settle the score. Number 16, the rider in the back position, that's Monday, needs to find the win right now and close the series out. You saw in the first race between these two how close it was to the line. And these two are going to absolutely be very careful, very thoughtful, very methodical in their approach in the first 400 meters. Noah Mandow. I'm going to mess this up here a couple more times tonight, it sounds like. Mandow coming here last year and making his way to this exact same series a year ago. Ended up in second place in this overall tournament. He seeds in number 1 during the qualifiers and then gets beat in the first ride by his teammate by a smallest margin. He wants to find a way to improve on his results from last year and see if he can be on that top step, but it's his own teammate that's standing in his way now in what has already shown to be a great matchup between these two. In the previous match, we saw Mandau leading out the sprint. Coming into the back straight, it was Monday, the rider who's currently behind, was also behind at that stage, moving up and down track a little bit, timing the catch, then fighting down the home straight. It was a side-by-side battle to the finish line. Right now, it's Mandau continuing to lead the lap, so a similar formation is how they ended it last race, as Mandau's in the lead spot, Monday following behind. Lots of patience here, both riders keeping it very cool and calm, well up against the rail. Very common position here at this stage of the race. Number 2 still in front. If you want to see these riders go at it again, you need to give him all of the help and love you can, because he's going to try to figure out how to beat his teammate here and get that third ride. And we want to see a third ride if we can this evening. These two out-of-town talents, we don't get to see them race around the track enough. We want this to go that way. I know we do. Make some noise. It's 1 to go for your sprinters. Mandau still in the lead. Up and out of the saddle a little bit, pushing things forward. Here comes Monday to follow the wheel. Ooh, a little duck and dive. He gets underneath him, just faking out. He'll take the front. The move down the hill. He's going. That's no fake. Here comes Mandau having to try to recover from this big gap. Monday ran him beautifully through the turn. There's no recovery time. Look at this gap coming around the corner. Can he close it down? Monday in control. Mandau. Monday. Monday. Number 16 goes back to back. Ow. That was an aggressive series of events in turn 1 and 2, and the way that that was ridden was very, very fun to watch. It played out so well for your rider number 16, William Monday of Star Trek Racing, coming up underneath and just whipping it into the turn. Your champion here today for the sprint tournament, William Monday. Congratulations again to Noah Mandau for a fantastic series of racing today. Beautiful head-to-head matchup. Star Trek all over the finished podium here this evening, and what an exciting wrap-up that was. Our Masters and Cat 3 men are coming up for their minor and major finals right now for the Keirins. In the outside lane, lane 6 for Coalition Cycling, Andrew Lynch. Number 85 next door in lane 5 for the Bike Central race team is Stephen McLaughlin. For Coalition Cycling in lane 4, Zachary Simon. For Cyclemeisters, Bro Cycle Team in lane 3, Frank Kovacs. Waterline Racing in lane 2, Alex Siegel. And for the Flying Gorilla Academy in lane 1, Kunamasa Norome. And the Pacer getting the signal. Pacer is on its way now. 4 laps. 7th through 12th to be sorted out of the line at the finish for this minor final. On deck, your major final for the Masters and Cat 3 men, Keirins, as presented by Greg Cycles. Pacer on the home straight. Riders ready. Kunamasa Norome, number 90, will take that front position as he draws lane 1. An interesting final here. Position 7 through 12 overall in today's Keirin standings, and plenty of fast finishers in this group. A tough group to call here. I see the back half. I see Lynch, who's going to want to be at the front of this field if he can maybe reposition himself. I got to imagine he's thinking about it at some point during this sprint. Well, at the front end, we've got Narome, who looks like he's going to want to find a wheel at some point based on how he raced to get to this stage. Everybody all lined up and no contest currently for the positioning. So riders all staying in their places at the moment. Bringing things up generally to speed. This is the final race tonight for these riders in the Keirin. They qualified to get into a top 12. And here they are in our minor final, again sorting out 7th through 12th place. Alex Siegel in the second wheel spot, followed by there's number 58 again. Frank Kovacs. Sort of a predictable moment, as I called this about a lap and a half ago. Lynch already starting to try to get up a little bit more towards the front. He moves from the back around his teammate and up along McLaughlin. Now some movement from within the field. Things coming down onto the home straight. At 1 to go, McLaughlin gets aggressive out of the turn. He's not waiting for the attack. He'll start it himself. The Portland rider, the Shark, is hunting, and this looks like a great move. Siegel's found a good turn of speed through the turn. He'll recover, gets onto the wheel. Here comes Siegel, and Kovacs now totally taking charge of the sprint. Siegel looking in good form. He wants to be at the top of this minor final. Alex Siegel leads the way. Riders exit on the back straight for the finish of your Keirin. Riding's all done. Thank you for that wonderful minor final. Coming up next, the major final for our Masters and Cat 3 men, about to come up to the rail, or to the line, pardon me, for their start. Their last lap of Keirin racing for the evening as well. On deck, our elite women. Keirin will continue on with the Keirin racing here tonight. Elite men, the elimination race coming up after the Keirins. Lining up there out in lane 6 for the leading factory racing team is Andy Baker. Next door for the Cyclemeister boat cycle team in lane 5, Brent Berg. Number 55 in lane 4, Alex Huey. Also for Cyclemeister boat cycle race team, number 59 in lane 3, Willie Gonzalez. In lane 2, number 88, Matthew Kavame. And finally, for the Shogun of Seattle, in lane 1, number 75, Ben Flom. And the pacer getting the signal and on his way. This race tonight for 1st through 6th place at the 2025 Marymoor Grand Prix for the Masters and Cat 3 Men Keirin Series. Riders qualifying all the way to get here, including finishing front half in the last race you saw here tonight, just moments away from their start. Pacer on to the home straight. Riders ready. Riders getting themselves lined up here behind Flom and the pacer. If you're out there enjoying the live stream right now, thanks for being a part of our production this evening. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button if you already haven't done so. You might notice we are nearing 4,000 subscribers on our channel, trying to fight the good fight of keeping track cycling alive up here in the Pacific Northwest. In the United States corner of the country over here, we are the last operating velodrome and trying to grow this community more and more. Your support out there online makes a difference. Thank you for being here with us today. I'd love to hear from you in the live chat if you're enjoying any of the production. It's already great to see so many of you helping us with the feedback and also just checking in with your riders. If you're here today in the park, don't forget you can also help us on our march to 4,000 subscribers. Get out the smart device, head to YouTube and look for JB Velodrome, or head to the website velodrome.org/live. You can pick up the live stream there. Races all lined up. Nobody's trying to vie for any change of positions here. Ben Flom still sitting at the front with everybody in their starting order and their drawn lane. As we get into the final lap of acceleration from the Keirin, they're seeing 1 to go. Half a lap left with the pacer. First through 6th place at the line. Tough one to call once again. Willie Gonzalez in the 3rd wheel spot has looked really fast every time I've seen him here at the track, number 59. And he's got a good wheel of Matthew and Flom to follow. They might both try to pull the speed up a little bit here. Flom, I imagine, is going to keep the pedals turning. He doesn't want to back off the power now. So instead, he's going to go hold that tempo and keep that front position. As they come to the home straight, Flom in control. Put your hands together. The top of the Keirin about to be sorted out. Flom up and out of the saddle. Now the acceleration really coming in. Gonzalez being held down a little bit in position by Berg, who's coming alongside. Now Gonzalez comes out of the lane. He's trying to move up along things. Berg following the wheel now. Both riders accelerating along that second line. Here comes Gonzalez starting to take over, pulling up towards the front. Flom losing a little bit of ground here. Willie Gonzalez looking so smooth. Look at this acceleration. Powerful and taking control, Willie. Gonzalez looking so good again here for the Keirin tonight. Gonzalez was looking a little tight there in turn 2. As Bear came up alongside of him, he almost didn't have a lane to get out, but he found a window, moved up quickly, and then just took charge down the back straight and held off the rest of the field for the remainder 200 meters. We're going to have him come back around here again in a second. I think we'll get a wave and some cheering here from Gonzalez. He'll end up being tonight's champion for the Keirin, the Masterman Cat 3 man, Willie Gonzalez. His teammate Brent Berg there celebrating with him as they get good results in tonight's Keirin. Good to see both of them this evening. We'll make our way on to the next race now, the Elite Women, coming up to the lineup for their minor final. In lane 6 in the green jersey, number 121, Sarah Beard. For Red Truck Racing in lane 5, number 118, Kimberly Chen. In the blue for Star Trek Racing, number 123, Gabriella St. Clair. For Rice University in lane 3, Kelly Darlene. For Simet Racing in lane 2, Jacqueline Winrow. And down in lane 1 for Eclipse Racing, it's Gabrielle Zaks. The minor final for the Keirin Elite Women about ready to start. Pacer is on its way. The contest for 7th through 12th in tonight's Keirins for the Elite Women about ready for their start. Pacer on to the home straight. Riders ready. The racing looking so good this evening. The Marymoor Grand Prix always bringing the fastest laps at our track all season long. This is championship time of the year for us. Last week with Derby Days on a Friday, we had our Sprint Invitational and a fantastic race series. Today, of course, the GP Session 2. Racing continues tomorrow, Saturday night, 6 o'clock. Food trucks, beverage garden, and more great racing from these athletes. And there's so many great races still ahead of us. We haven't even gotten to the mass starts for the evening. We've got some great racing still tonight to look forward to. National and international class talent makes their way to Marymoor Park every year for the Grand Prix. Thank you for being a part of it here. Over 100 of you watching live right now on the YouTube. Thanks for joining us. And I think we got an attendance nearing what we had last week, kind of close to 1,000 here joining us at some part during our show today. A beautiful showing here on what turned out to be a really lovely evening in Redmond, Washington. This is our fight for 7th through 12th for the elite women in the Keirin. They had to qualify to be a top 12 rider, just like we saw for the Masters Cat 3 men. This group making the bottom half of the previous ride, now racing for 7th through 12th at the end of this race. 2 laps to go. Gabriel Zaks at the front for the field, about to take over as the Pacers pulling out of the way. Kimberly Chen right behind. The back half of this field, I think, has some really good finishers in here, too. This is an interesting race. St. Clair starts to move a little bit up, as well as Darlene in the middle of this field, the 2 riders in blue. And we got the 1 to go. Bells ringing, 1 to go. Side by side, coming up to speed here, our elite women. It's still your rider in lane 1. Gabriel Zaks still in control here, trying to hold on from the sprinters lane all the way around. Kimberly Chen, Canadian junior multi-time national champion at the track, now trying to take over to the front here. As is your rider from Cymet Racing, Jacqueline Wunro. Ooh, Chen's coming back into it though. Chen will find the finish just ahead of Wunro. The minor final for the elite women. All wrapped up. And now the Keirin major final for our elite women tonight. All getting lined up our top 6 this evening. We will have our podium from this upcoming race. Out in lane 6 for Star Trek Racing, Olivia Ray. Next door for Triple Shot Racing in lane 5, Tendo Mukahanana. For Burnaby Velodrome Club in lane 4, Diane Snoblin. Next door in lane 3 for the Burnaby Velodrome Club, Lauren Fridman. In lane 2 for Star Trek Racing, it's Mia Dye. And for St. George Cycling Team on there in lane 1, it's Lizanne Wilmot. And the pacer is on its way. Fighting their way here, getting through the qualifying rounds, winning here in front of you earlier, the top 3 in that semifinal round to advance to tonight's major final. Top spots on the podium on the line for this speedy group in the elite women field. The Keirin about ready to get its start. Pacer now on the home straight. Riders ready. Off we go. Some of our fastest racers here this whole weekend, the elite women, top 6. They've already shown themselves to be so quick here. Many of these racers I've had the good fortune of watching go around this track in this same event a year and multiple years before this even. In fact, perhaps maybe one of the most storied riders is at the very front, Lizanne Wilmot, who's had many big finishes here. She loves racing the Keirin. It's one of her favorite races. And she's going to try to throw down here today, a Canadian-born citizen, but now a longtime citizen in Australia. making it all the way here almost every year for the last decade or so. She's been on and off a frequent competitor. Star Trek's got two really fast riders in here. Mia Dai right behind her, number 129. Put out some great rides in the qualifying rounds and is looking really sharp this evening. Right behind, we see in the third spot, again, that's number 122, Lauren Fridman. Less chances for me to observe this fast rider, but she has shown herself to be a great competitor today. Looking very confident and comfortable here. Diane Snoblin right behind her has had many good finishes in the GP the last couple of years. Our British Columbia area rider with great speed and power. Tendo Mukanana, a junior champion in the sprints. A great qualifier here for the Canadian Nationals in position 5. And she looked really good coming in the qualifiers. Almost looked like she just kind of rolled through the earlier heats, the junior rider. And then finally, for Star Trek, number 110 there at the back, O-Ray. Also very confident, very comfortable in the earlier ride tonight. This group really absolutely star-studded with some great power and some great finishing speed from all these riders. The pacer out of the way now. Last time we get to see them going down at any sort of a slower tempo is Wilmot's holding on for just a moment at the front. Looking over the right shoulder, the pacer's gone. Who's going to take the top spot in tonight's Keirin for the elite women? Put your hands together, it's 1 to go. 1 to go. Lizanne's still in control, waiting for the attack. She's trying to shorten the length here before she goes into full speed. She's under 400 meters, so she'll start to pull at the pace now. Good acceleration from Willott from the front. Here comes the rider right behind. That's going to be Dai for the Star Trek racing team come alongside. Ooh, big sprint power. Mia Dai with a big overtake in turn 2 into turn 3, pardon me. Oh, it might be Star Trek coming to the front again. This team is looking so powerful this year, folks. Oh, my goodness. Star Trek up at the top here. Number 129 will be Mia Dai. Lizanne was in control of the tempo through that back half of that lap, and then Star Trek just came around on top and took over. Big finish for both the riders from Star Trek Racing. How about it one more time, folks? Champion at the top of the Keirin today, Mia Dai. Star Trek Racing showing up huge this evening. Elimination called to the rail now. Here they come. Elimination for the elite men.
Test.
They are in a rush.
Test. Teams on the infield, if you can take your tent tops off, that would be appreciated. Thank you.
Riders, we are doing 2 neutral laps due to the size of this field. Everybody will need to leave the rail. We will do 2 full neutral laps before we start to make sure everybody's together. 37. Right now we have 37 riders on the rail right now.
Whistle sounded, roll off for the elimination. I told you this is a good day to choose to come out to the Velodrome, folks. We're turned off the music because we got to make sure our calls are very clear and communicated for this group. This is a big one here tonight, folks. Nearly 40 riders are track limit here this evening. These riders will roll on 2 laps to get into position, so 2 lap neutral minimum. They will get the start after the second lap if they are together. So we already know they're going around one more time to get into position before the eliminations start. Bib number 1 is coming all the way to the front. Merrick Gallagher wants to start this lap in control when he starts the race. Still a couple riders off the back getting into position. Looks like coming down to the back straight. Should be able to get everything all together, and that looks like a good formation. So if they can stick with that, I think they'll get the go-ahead. Last rider across the line after we started the race. Every lap to the end is going to get pulled. We'll call the number out here. Rider will make their exit, and that is how we determine their finishing order. Race has begun. Next time around, your first elimination. Put your hands together, folks. The GP Elite Men Elimination. Keep your eyes posted to the back of the field. You're going to train your eyes to watch the last 8 or so riders in the group. The closer to the rail they are, also the more versatile and more volatile they're going to be in their movements. They're going to need to accelerate and reposition themselves the closer they get to the line. Here comes your first elimination. '93, 9-3, Johannes Meili. Lots of riders work through in this field. At least 36 laps of racing before we can determine tonight's champion in elimination. '23, George Quidado. '23, George Quidado. If you're up along the rail, you're getting a good sense of just how fast this field is moving. The fastest field you might see all year long on these first laps of this elimination. 35 of some of the fastest riders in our region, adding in some national quality talent here. It is flying out here tonight. 27, Stephen Dahl. Stephen Dahl, 27. Another one, here we go. Ooh, AC2 Racing in a tough spot here. Makes it in, 28, Colin Gibson. Looking down on the inside, I thought it might have been a rider for ACT. That was number 44. Made a good move was Ryan Havel, accelerating down towards the short lane and manages to stay in. That's a dangerous move in a field like this. It works out this lap for Havel. Here we go again. Already starting to wave. He says goodbye. Thank you very much. Number 41 is Max Haggard, riding for the Guillotine Cycling Racing Team this evening. 41, Haggard. Coming through the turn once again. Watch the back 4 or 5. There's a couple riders in tough position right now. Might be Havel in the tough spot now. 44, Ryan Havel. Havel, number 44. Just out of contention there, so close to the line. Looks like one of our riders from Waterline Racing way up there at the top of the track, Tyson Danielson. We'll have to do some work here through the turn. Going down the short lane, let's see if it pays off. 40, Tyson Danielson. 40, Danielson. The Enduro champion for the last 2 years of the GP, Daniel Brewer, is out here in this field, and he has been leading the lap here for a bit, keeping it very quick. You can see some of our fast Friday night riders are struggling even at the back of this field with the slipstream that they are getting from. So quick here this evening. 13, Noah Shumskas. 13. Big changeup at the front of the field. We haven't seen quite this much of aggression yet, as there's a bit of move here from the front of the field, starting to pull this thing a bit more apart. This is about as long as we've seen the field so far tonight. You can just tell from the front this is a little bit new power, new speed, as it looks like Cal Perry's made his way to the front of the field. 46, as that acceleration is happening, just cannot hold on. 46, Kai Afan. Still fighting at the front. No points earned for going quicker, but this is making the race a bit safer and also really tough on the back half as riders are having to really fight just to hold on with each of these quick accelerations. 52, Ryan Kaufman. 52. Oh, here we go. I think 26 found himself in a pickle. Stuart Gardner, number 26. Working our way down here. Still so many riders. We've eliminated about 10 from the field, a few more than that. Still working our way down just to get into the top 10. That is number 50. Iatutski, number 50. You can see the group kind of fanned out through turn 3 now. That group at the back is going to have to scramble to work their way up. Local rider Andy Baker starting to find some movement along the rail. Nolan Adams, Keirins, all trying to struggle position here. And your rider in pink pulls up just ahead of the line. 39, Nolan Adams. 39. Baker's still at the back here, number 11, alongside Josh Sherfy from Coalition Cycling. A couple more of our local regulars for the Friday Night Race Series find themselves at the back half of this field, fighting their way lap by lap. Sherfy on the inside. Here we go. 32, Josh Sherfy. 32. Had the acceleration, just not quite early enough. Some of the riders in the back, they're kind of tired of it. In fact, you see there goes number 11 all the way up towards the front. So we've got a new crop of riders at the back, currently in the target now for getting eliminated. Ooh. 24, Dylan Lawson for Bell Lab Cycle Works, our Georgian rider. The Dick Lane Velodrome Rider of the Year many times. Dylan Lawson has had some incredible laps here at our track competing for the GP. I know we wanted to stick in more laps than that here this evening. Found out now. Let's see where we go in this next elimination. Still so many riders to get through here tonight. 35, Sage Deleuze. Sage, number 35. That's Patton Sims, number 6. That's worked way all the way to the front of the field for a moment for Star Trek Racing. And just as I'm talking about, Merrick Gallagher now for the local Jerry Baker Jr. team wants to take over again. Look to the back here. Found cycling in a tough spot. Already shaking his head. 37 is Chris Wilson. 37. Gallagher causing this to stretch back out again. We're about half the size we started with. It pays to be at the front for a few laps. This is safety for these riders, even though it's extra effort spent. No elimination threat up here. .38, Harrison Devine. 38. Another one of our local riders with a lot of great results recently. Devine having a really good season. This is a tough field to be even this far in for our local teams. .25 already shaking his head. That's Nicholas Leonard at 25. The group up top just never really moved forward. He had nowhere to go. $18 riders remain, but it looks like we do have a volunteer off the group now. 1 off the back. 17 in this field will be safe. 31. Christopher Guzik, 31. Down to 17. Not even to top 10 territory yet. All these laps around the Velodrome, and we're starting to get here to the top half of this group, getting down to the final 10. With every lap, it gets closer and closer to this podium. The exciting finish for the Elite Men Elimination. 33, Reese Levine. 33, Reese Levine. Couple riders from the First Internet Bank cycling team up towards the front. The white kit with the black helmets. Six, Patton Sims, number 6. That's Kyle Perry leading the lap again. 35, Masters 35 plus Madison national champ this past year. Looking to be in pretty good form tonight. We'll see how long he survives in this group. Now he turns back to the back of the group once again. Ooh, it's wide across the back. 20, Quinn Kennedy, 20. Quinn Kennedy had to go to the camera on that one as it was about 3 wheels, very close at the line. More rotations here at the back. Ooh, look down the short lane, trying to find some room for Found Cycling. 36, Carl Hafer, 36. 13 riders remain. Alexander. Here we go again. We're getting so close to top 10 territory. Oh, Baker's going to pull up. Number 11, Andy Baker. The lap's getting so grueling here. The tempo's been so quick. At the front, Merrick Gallagher wearing bib number 1, our rider of the year last year for the Elite Men, a junior rider, age 17 last year. Went all the way to Junior Worlds, competing as a team pursuit rider, continuing to develop his time trial strengths here in front of the GP crowd. Eight, Harshvir Sekhan for Team India. Number 8. None of our interesting riders to watch this year. Racing for Team India and eyes on the Olympics. A great competitor here, coming from actually a professional skater as a background, now transitioning into track cycling as the focused athletic effort. Here we go, another elimination coming in line. Oh, 29. Oh, Michael Watkins, Cheney Windows and Doors, number 29. 10 riders remain. Each elimination stings even more now with the podium so close. Just to get to this stage, at the speed this group was at, is a testament to the endurance and the strength of these riders. Let's see what happens next. Already one starting to sit up off the pace a bit here. Will be number 48. Jeremy Cotel for number 48, out in 10th place here tonight in this elimination. Down to 9. Here we go. Another elimination thing stretched out coming on to. Oh, here we go. Oh, one rider sitting out the back. That looks like Perry maybe finding the call this time. Number 4, Kyle Perry. He'll be cheering on his teammate who's still out there and the remaining 8 riders. Stretched out here once again. Some movement down the sprinter's lane for Star Trek. Will that work out? Team California looking like down at the wheels here a little bit. No one else is there. Number 21, Alexander Winter. 7 now in our field. The junior, the Merrick Gallagher, is still out there and he's at the front of this group again. Our local junior trying to stay safe by driving the tempo. Aaron Beebe taking over the front. Oh, here we go. Down low, though, I think this time. It will be number 7, Justin Pack. Number 7. Down to 6. Top 5 in the cash right around the corner. Gallagher tries to take back over at the front. Now keeping it very quick and making it hard for anyone to pass. Star Trek in another position here, maybe another elimination for the team. Coming up alongside, changing doors and windows. Whoa! Going to the camera. Number 10, Anton Gibson. A photo confirmation for number 10. That's how close it is. Now we're into the podium spots. Our top 5 surviving here. First internet on the front. We've got BB leading the lap. We've got Team California right next door. Zach Kowalczyk, the Enduro champion himself. Number 5, Daniel Brewer. Out in 5th place here. Your champ in the Enduro GP the past 2 years. Found out in 5th place here. Still a good finish for this rider. Kowalczyk trying to work his way around the field. Team California is going to be left out here. Gallagher coming up alongside of BB now, leading the lap. And California sitting up here a little bit, knowing that the end is near. A tough race with such high speed. Brian Larson, number 22, out today in 4th. BB leading the lap now with the local junior right in his wheel. Here comes Kowalczyk chasing it down. Whoa, Fister Baking might be losing the wheel here. Kowalczyk's trying to hold on to Gallagher. They'll be getting the bell. This will be the final lap. Where is the elimination going to come? I think it's going to be BB being left out. He already knows it. They've overtaken him. Gallagher, Kowalczyk. Final lap of the elimination. Local junior, the king of the Enduro, the current undisputed champion of the Madison. Kowalczyk trying to find a little bit more power against the local. Gallagher looking so powerful. Does he have the power? Kowalczyk digging deep. Can he get the finish? He can. Kowalczyk does it again. This guy is unstoppable on our Velodrome. Kowalczyk, number 3, takes the race. The local Gallagher, bested by one of the best in the country. Outstanding. Up next, the Marymoor Crawl, open to all riders. Marymoor Crawl coming up.
Once these riders roll through, I think Zach's just going to stay up there for the crawl, maybe.
How about it, folks? One more round of applause. POA Racing's got a good one in Zach Kowalczyk. Crawl riders to the rail. Crawl riders to the rail.
All right, crawl riders, let's get you to the rail in a somewhat speedy fashion. Marymoor Crawl, we created it at this track. Lots of tracks have recreated it, renamed it even, but truly it is best at our track. It is typical that we have cash hand-ups, and there's a decent cash prize. It's at least $100 to win the race, $50 for second, $25 for third, plus crowd premiums. We're going to have a bucket going around very, very soon to get additional cash for this race. So crawl, get on up there. If you're doing the crawl, get up. Eric, where's the preem bucket? Once again, we're going to have a couple of our members rolling around with red buckets that says Preem on it. Also looks like Prime. If you want to make them go even faster or slower, it is a Marymoor Crawl. Add money, and we're going to give it directly to athletes. You can also just put money at the rail and come grab it. We also typically have there's a lot of cash there actually. Up at the front, I see like 4 different bills way up there. All right, let's get to the line. We're going to go last call here. We're splitting. Crawl and the scratch. So just get money. Emily's getting money. Zach, are you helping? All right, last call. If you're doing the crawl, get up there. You can go next to a buddy. You can just start track standing.
We did get a question in the live stream earlier about what's the speed that these racers are going in some of those faster laps. I'm curious what Amara would say. What's our speed look like, you think, in those eliminations when they were at their normal speed? I mean, they're above 30 for a lot of that race.
Yeah. Well, who's got a Garmin? What was their average for that race? Merrick or Zach? What was your average for that race?
Yeah, the people want to know.
I don't. I'll hunt it down. Someone finds Zach. Well, Zach's probably up there.
Yeah, he's probably up in this field, ready to fight for the crawl.
33. Chris Wilson says 33 average.
33 was the average. All right. So on the fast laps, these guys will get close to 35, 36, even faster.
All right, Zach, you ready?
Pretty good stuff.
All right, crawl riders. Roll off. Crawl riders, roll off. This is an undetermined time from 3 to 4 minutes. Leave the rail. I'm going to talk to a couple people eventually. I got to find someone that's... Oh, there's people way back there track standing. I don't know what this is. Who? Oh, hold on. We need a close-up shot of Lizanne. Lizanne. Up. Ooh. Lizanne. Look at this cute little ducky. Does he light up?
Little bud is my rubber ducky. I can, oh, come on. Here we go. Let's see if I can actually get the...
It squeaks.
It lights up.
That is pretty darn amazing. We're going to go way back here. We got one of our riders from Star Trek. That's okay if they go backwards. I don't care. One of our riders from Star Trek way back here. Where are you from?
New York City.
New York City. Amazing. I'm going to give you a hint. You should go closer. You should. Sir. Nice work. Oh, yeah. It's an undetermined 3 to 4 minutes. He's just camping back there. I like it. Oh, this is thinning out pretty darn quick. Oh, Kimberly, I was going to talk to you, Kimberly. Where are we? Where are you from?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. Can we get a round of applause up here from New Zealand? So far, what do you think of our track?
It's real good. It's been some good racing and it's been real fun.
Thank you for coming up here. I said 3 to 4 minutes. Get on up there at the line. Oh, JC's going no hands, showing off. There's some cash, more cash. JC's doing the Macarena. I don't know what JC's doing.
And the sprinkler, too.
And the sprinkler.
Yeah.
JC has a very fancy jersey. JC, what does this jersey mean?
Crawl National Championship.
Yes, we held a Crawl National Championship last year at our Junior Nationals, and JC won it. I'm gonna get out of here. Steve's got his hand on the bell.
It does feel like critical time. Oh, more money.
Oh!
That's the way to get the kid to abandon the jersey pride.
How much was that?
He's not getting a jersey for winning tonight. So. Did Serge put out a big bill?
I think 100.
Oh my
100.
gosh.
Oh,
no. Alex Huey out here, right at the line. He was hoping for that bell anytime.
Oh, we're going to line it up here.
Oh, a couple of our sprinters from today's tournament. Lizanne, one of your favorite races, up against these two. Look out. Look at this lineup.
We got to start the cheer. Be like, Lizanne. I
think that's Divine trying to get on it. Harrison. We got Summer
Quinn is
here.
just walking backwards. That works.
Yeah, that's a long ways from New
Justin
York.
should get closer. It is. New York's way
New
back
York's
there.
way over there. It makes sense.
New Zealand, too.
Yeah.
All right.
Farthest traveled for the crawl. Oh my gosh.
We have Summer and Harrison as our locals. We're claiming Summer now.
Yes, Summer is a local now. Oh, there's the bell. One to go. Star Trek leading the way here. Noah Mandow on the lead of the lap right now. Hawk getting in on the action as well. There's Liz Ann going down the back straight. Day fighting his way up there as well. Number 14, Summer Newlands trying to fight over today's crawl. Look at this. Star Trek leading it out. 1, 2, 3. Newlands just about to catch up to this sprint from these three. It looks like a team sprint in the all blue. Noah Mandow will pick up the big cash on today's Marymoor Crawl. Number 2 with a fast lap all the way around. He'll end up number 1 in the fan favorite crawl. And Harrison Devine says, hey, where's the love? It's because you look ridiculous, Harrison. There we go. There they are once again. Congratulations, there's your top 3 for today's Marymoor Crawl, the slowest lap in track racing. And now the elite women for the 5-mile scratch. We are ready to bring these riders to the rail, please. The elite women for the 5-mile scratch. Now to the rail. During this race, there will be 3 rings of the bell from the podium up here, where I'm standing, pardon me, the balcony. You'll hear the bell ring for 3 cash preems. We have 2 $300 cash preems. Big boost from today's sponsor for the race, the Steve Blyfoos Memorial race here today for this scratch race. So thank you to the Blyfoos family for helping bring in some serious cash to support this race and for celebrating Steve together with us here during this event. And a special shout out to Haldy for throwing in an extra $100 for a 3rd cash preem. Thanks to Haldy for the fun support. 3 cash preems tonight. In addition to that, our normal cash win out for the top of the podium tonight has also been boosted by the Blyfoos family. So first place tonight is taking home a big, healthy $500 cash for the win in tonight's scratch race. Thank you to the Blyfoos family for stepping up. We're going to be talking about them and what they're doing here this evening in a little bit. I see some of them over there in the beverage garden. Thanks for being with us this evening. This is going to be fun. The 5-mile scratch about ready to start.
And it's going to be just a moment as Lizanne, just coming off the crawl, has to do a gear exchange. So Corey's going to vamp for us.
Okay. This might be a good time to talk a little bit about the Blyfoos Memorial Race then. All right. That sounds good to me. I know some of the family are out there. I saw some of them hanging out in the beverage garden. I think it was been just about a year ago, we in our community were dealt a big blow when we lost one of our good friends and a constant face of positivity, of love, of compassion, of humor in Steve Blyfoos. He passed tragically in an accident, and ever since then we've had a hole in our hearts that we've been still working to mend and work on. But the family of Blyfoos, they came here to help celebrate his life and all the things he's done, and since then have continued to be trying to help memorialize and remember Steve for all the great things he did for this community. I know some of our local riders, we are all still hurting and processing this. Tonight, the Blyfoos family said they wanted to remember Steve in another great way. They wanted to step up and support some racing here at the GP. He would love to be here and be a part of the community, whether he was on the track racing a fast lap or he was out there in the beverage garden giving it his all and giving you a good smile, a joke, a great time, being a friend to listen to you and support you. So thank you to the Blyfoos family for taking the time to level up the race tonight, supporting us once again. Can we put our hands together for Blyfoos, for his great life and his great achievements here at Velodrome, and the family for supporting and sponsoring this race this evening. We love you, Stephen, and thank you for the family for all that you've done to support us as well. Our elite women tonight, they're going for a 5-mile scratch race. We are going to be timing this. We do have an on-the-book record for our elite fields. These are record distances that we do track. In the case that the field breaks the record time, then the first rider across the line, the winner, would also be getting a record break when they come in for their finish. So that's something we will be watching. The 5-mile, a very common race distance. We are on a hold here because we were given a moment, as you heard there from Zach a little bit ago. Lizanne just needed to get a gear change there from the crawl. And there she is. She's up at the rail giving a wave. Looks like our riders are checked in and should be ready to go.
The plan is to do 1 neutral lap if you're all together, 2 if we need to. You'll be started on the whistle out of turn 4 if you're all together. Timing will start at the line. Neutral rollout on the whistle, please.
And thanks to another generous donation, our $100 preem from Haldi has been doubled down. We got another $200 now total for that third preem here tonight. This is going to be a fun and a fast one here, folks. They're off on their neutral. They'll start if they're all together after this 1 lap around the track. We will start the timing as they come across the finish line, and then we'll track them for this 5 miles. That's a 20-lap distance for us here at our Velodrome. The elite women bringing in some very fast riders from our region, being bolstered in number and speed by riders from British Columbia, from riders up and down the coast, and of course, the one we're waiting for there, the Aussie Lizanne Wilmot, who comes to the front and moves up to the rail. Lots of riders in this group will make this a dynamic race tonight. They do look together and set for their start. We will confirm here shortly for the beginning of this scratch race. And racing's underway. 20 laps to go. Scratch racing is as simple of a race as it can be in terms of the rules. Riders are just racing the scratch distance. 20 laps, nothing else to get in the way. No points, no eliminations, no special laps in the way, except, well, in this one we've got cash, so that's going to be our one way to mix it up a bit. I'll ring the bell, and then on the next time around, first rider across the line is going to pick up a cash prize. And with tonight being some big cash payouts, you know these riders are going to be wanting to fight over those preems this evening. $19 to go. Just getting started here. 18 laps remaining. That was 126 at the front for a moment. Isla Fan for Edge Cycling. You can see a lot of different riders moving to the front. There's a couple of our riders to watch moving to the front there, including Alexi Snover for Found Cycling, one of our local powerhouses, wearing bib 103. And Rue Tomko, one of the juniors to watch this weekend for the Jerry Baker Juniors, racing age 17 out here tonight in this elite women field. They are very powerful this year. They've been taking over the open women field for us here. The local rider, number 101, coming back to the front again to keep this thing quick. Stretching this field out early. Snover and Tomko both doing some work here to start things off. Tenda Mukanana right behind, not wanting to stay on this effort for too long. She'll pull up, let some other riders take the position now. Tomko not satisfied yet, still driving the pace at 16 to go. Here to put up a fight with Snover. Both riders happy to just make this a quick start to tonight's big 5 mile scratch. Kimberly Chen has worked her way up into third wheel position. We see Diane Snowblin of the Burnaby Velodrome Club also up near the front. The field now seeing 15 to go. 15 to go. Quick rotations in the front as Tomko pulls out of the way. Couple of riders already hurting from the pace. This field already so quick. Before we lose any more, how about we get A $200 premium coming the way of Haldy and our crowd premium. $200 to lead this lap at 14 to go. $200 to lead this lap at 14 to go. They'll come around next time. $200 cash premium. Matt Haldeman, the one and only Haldy, throwing in some cash here, and also thanks to another anonymous donation within the crowd. Here comes Lexi Snover. Found Cycling. Might want to get the win tonight, but why not also go for the big prize? The GP chasing her down. Still Snover on the lead of the lap. Snover picks it up. Found Cycling Guild, number 103. You can see why she's one of our riders to watch. She just gets up to speed, and it almost looks like she's not trying. So comfortable at speed and under full effort. Great control on that bike. As Snover picks up the $200, she'll back off the front here a little bit and let someone else take the lead. Your field coming through turn 4 here, onto the home straight. 11 laps to go. Some more speed now coming out of bib number 114. That's Morgan Stern for Team Flicker. The rider in green taking over. Right behind her is number 119. That's Stephanie Halamek. In and out of the sport has been a name that we've seen ride plenty of times here a number of years ago. Halamek making her way back to the track. Recently kind of getting back into form. She's the rider following the rider in green up track now in the blue kit. In fact, yeah, it was all the way back in 2015. I remember watching Halamek race. Started racing over in New York and started at a 250 for the last few years. Coming back to race here tonight in the GP. Great to see a familiar name returning here. Plenty more fast laps to go and 2 more big preems to get out of the way too before the exciting finish. This field might be holding on for a bell or 2 to come their way. The junior back at the front, Tomko, getting a lot of respect from this field. Already seeing that they are a powerful rider, leading the lap a few times. Now at 9 to go. Tomko. Tendo Mukahanana right behind. Everybody swooping up here towards the blue line, up towards the rail. An intermediate effort slowed down as Tomko's done driving the pace once again. And the field follows them at this stage of the race one more time. From the Blyfoos family, how about $300 cash next time around? $300 to lead the lap for the elite women right here and now. We got to get them some help. Snowblin, I believe, is the rider getting things moving now, if I'm not mistaken. No, it is not. It's our rider from Star Trek. Big move here through the turn. $300 cash, yes, please. Make the trip all the way to Redmond. You're going to get the big payouts. Dominant lap here. Keeping it quick. And that's O-Ray, number 110. Y'all Star Trek team better mark us in your calendar for next year. You are cleaning up a lot here during both of these first 2 sessions of the GP. Olivia Ray with a fast lap demonstrating her top speed. Now the field a little bit on, they got to be on high alert seeing that sort of acceleration. She can sit out the next preem and still be ready for that effort here after a couple more laps. Halamek right alongside of our other rider from Star Trek in this field. That's 129, and Mia Dai. Your champ from the Keirin this evening, back for some more punishment in the scratch. And the way they're racing this race, a Keirin champion is going to be just happy with it. They're not pushing the pace much after those first few laps. Fairly comfy in these middle stages of the race. This looks like a sprint finisher's heaven right now. Speaking of which, somebody's got to get it going. And at 5 to go, why not another junior? For the Jerry Baker Juniors, local rider Charlotte Westover. Raced on that orange Velo Flyer, off and away. One of the youngest riders in this field to start tonight, maybe the youngest. Now on an attack here to start getting things moving again. She's probably hating me right now for not ringing any sort of bell. That would have been very generous. Westover still on the front. The local junior leads the lap. Halamek starts to take over and catches at 4 to go. O'Ray, number 110. There's number 116. J Law for United Velo.
We collide, we break down, caving in to our doubts.
All right, I'm not sure how close you are to that record for the time, but let's get another one for the Blyfoos family. $300 to lead the lap. $300 to lead the lap. At 3 to go, so close to the finish. The bigger win is still the win tonight in the overall race. That's a strong lineup at the front. Here comes Snover leading out Lingwood and Snoblin. And now I think that's going to be another rider from Star Trek just sending out another impressive sprint. Looking around saying, anybody going to challenge me? Maybe not. I can't tell from the other side of the track which one of them it is. Hold on, here we go. At 2 to go. Oh, Lingwood! Whoops! Lingwood says, don't sleep on me, come on. Wow. That was Mia Dye pulling off on the effort, thinking that she had it all wrapped up, and Lingwood said, nuh-uh. 1 to go, Lingwood's on the front of the lap, 1 to go! 1 to go! The Steve Blyfoos Memorial 5-mile scratch race for the late women. Diane Snoblin getting the drag race started down the back straight as Lingwood's going to lose the lead position. That's going to lead out one of our riders from Star Trek. Here comes the push down for the finish line. It's all stretched out behind Snoblin. Snoblin dragging this thing through the corner. We need riders to ride high in the corner. Ride high. Here they come onto the home straight. Snoblin. Oh, Snoblin just over O'Ray.
Let's start again to a place a long time ago when I kissed your lips. I can see the fire that we made just to save us when we try to make up for never letting go. Said the things we promised not to say, then we break up just to start all over, even though we know.
Put your hands together here for our lead women scratch race. Diane Snoblin coming across the line at the front on our final lap. Representing the Burnaby Velodrome Club, our friends up across the border to the north. Snoblin always finds a way to get a fast lap here when it matters most. And for those following along at home, off the record pace by just a second and a half. A fast field tonight. Well done for our elite women. The great racing continues, making sure that we are fully clear and off the track. It looks to me as though we are good to go. Coming up now to the rail, the Masters Cat 3 men invited for their points race presented by Experience Redmond. Riders to the rail. Wow, catching my breath after that fun finish. More great racing to come here at the GP. We continue on here with our Masters and Cat 3 men for this points race. A 30-lap contest about ready to get their start. Get them into their neutral. We'll talk a little bit about the race format as they're on their way. On deck, elite men for their points race. Our last race of the evening will be a Madison points race for the elite women. 3 more mass start events for this evening's racing session.
There are 28 riders on the rail, 29 riders on the rail. The expectation is 1 neutral lap if you're all together. We may have to do 2. But once our last rider is ready, it'll be a neutral rollout on the whistle. Start coming out of turn 4 on the whistle if you're all together. Riders ready.
Masters Cat 3 men points race. Out to the neutral. 30 laps of points racing coming up. This is going to be a fun one. If you haven't watched points racing or it's been a while, here's your quick refresher. You're going to hear the bell. When the bell rings, next time across the line, riders get points. First 4 goes 5, 3, 2, and 1 to the leaders. The last lap is doubled to 10, 6, 4, and 2. So riders at the end will get more points on that final lap. Riders are placed entirely by their points. Tie breaks will be established based on the finishing order on the final lap. Riders that lap the field will be awarded 20. Riders that get lapped by the field will be deducted 20 points. And the signal given by the officials, racing is underway. First bell at 26 to go. In what is essentially a 6x5 format, 6 opportunities to get points, separated by 5 laps each. Another great size field here tonight. Plenty of our locals showing up. Some of our out-of-towners also bolstering our numbers this evening. This is a good field for our Cat 3 and Masters men coming together this evening. Couple laps before you hear this first bell. Tonight's points race for the Masters of Cat 3 men is brought to us by our friends at Experience Redmond. If you're traveling, Experience Redmond hopes you are enjoying our beautiful city. Make sure to check out all the wonderful food options in beautiful city here, all of the great views, all of the great parks, and be sure to come back soon. Thank you, Experience Redmond, and the city of Redmond for partnering with us over these past several years to make racing better at our Velodrome. Snowblin in the previous race will be relegated. The call coming in from the officials in the previous race, Diane Snowblin receiving relegation for moving up out of the lane while the sprint was engaged. Bells ringing, riders getting points next time around. For clarification, that is a call related to the space between the red and the black line around the track. Can talk more about that here after the sprint. We got ourselves a good one here. 5 riders off the front of the field. The first points of the race coming to the line now. Ooh, pushing up along the red line. It'll be Martin, I think, just ahead for the first 5. I think of Tyler Olmstead, number 70, coming across the line second unofficially. Look out for that rider in white tonight. He is going to get a lot of points this evening. Trying to find his way in an early lead on the first sprint. Fights hard for, I think, picking up 5 points to get the early advantage here this evening. Next bell at 21 to go. And off we go again. There's a little bit of open space. That's number 48 now. Jeremy Kotel for the Creative Blue Racing Team takes the lead of the lap, and this is a big move. The field's still kind of letting this develop for the moment. Joined by a couple more, working the way up to Kotel off the front by about 50, 75 meters now. Number 70 making his way up quickly, picking up points in that last sprint and also finding his way up in this break now, trying to secure future points. 3 riders off the lead. We see from the field a little bit of aggression now, trying to cover the distance. Bridging efforts now starting to come out of the group at 22 to go. Your first points updates after the first sprint to confirm our current standings. Andrew Martin with 5, Olmstead with 3, Gonzalez with 2, Tanaka with 1. The break kind of getting reeled in here just in time for the bell. 21 to go. Kotel looking around, realizing, Olmstead number 70, looking around, trying to figure out what to do next as the field is caught, and now the sprint underway. Down the back straight, looking for our second sprint tonight. The current race leader not going to be in this one. He's going to have to sit this one out a little bit, as now we've got 4 separating themselves nicely from the field. Ooh, a good fight. It'll be number 48 just ahead of number 92 at the line. We'll get 5 points the way of Kotel. I believe that was Ryder Carlson, number 92, finding his first points of the night. Good for 3. Strong break here. Following that sprint, just kind of keeping on their pace. This starts to break things apart. The rest of the field just working their way into turn 1 now. Chasing behind the breakaway group. It looks like Mike Westover out of the field, bringing a group of 2 more with him, trying to work a little bit on this lead. Let's get our points updates and our latest standings. A tie at the top between Andrew Martin and Jeremy Kotel, both with 5. In third with 4 points is Tyler Olmstead. In fourth place in a tie, we have both Fergus Tanaka and Ryder Carlson with 3 points. Willie Gonzalez at 6th place with 2 points. Over the last lap there, while the points are getting updated, the break being brought back into the fold. Our riders all back together again, although very much stretched out here. Bell next time, they see 17 laps remaining. There's only 1 rider I see here with, there's 2 riders actually who found points in both of our first 2 sprints. Both number 70, Tyler Olmstead, and number 68, Fergus Tanaka, with results in back-to-back sprints to start this race. Let's see if they're going to continue to try and stay in on the action. We'll have some new finishers at the front. It's 16 to go. Speed's picking back up again. Jamie Park leads the lap. Andy Lynch, Andrew Martin right there, 45. Alex Siegel also in this lineup. Scott Grinsel for the Dyna Racing Team following up along with the effort now, trying to take over down the back straight. Is Lynch coming out of the sprinters lane right alongside Park. Park leading the lap all the way around the track. Lynch challenging him down the home straight. Andrew Martin trying to find 5 again in this one. Lynch, Martin. Lynch will go to Martin on the outside, in the middle, I should say, of the track. Then it looks like Lynch followed by Park. Maybe Siegel picking up 1 point there. We'll confirm. It was actually Siegel coming across the line for 2, Park for 1. Our updated scores. Andrew Martin, your leader with 10. Jeremy Kotel in second with 5. Tyler Olmstead in third with 4. 3 riders with 3 points, all tied for fourth, is Fergus Tanaka, Ryder Carlson, and Andrew Lynch. With 2 points, both Siegel and Gonzalez are tied for 7th. Jamie Park now in 9th with 1 point, every other rider looking for their first. 3-rider break starting to form ahead of the field after the last sprint. We've got ourselves 3 pulling away, that looks like. Willie Gonzalez on the lead of the lap with Andy Lynch and Kenny Williams joining in for a breakaway effort. Ludo Max on the front of the field, number 42, trying to bring this thing back a bit together. The front of the race just down track from the rest of the field. Twelve laps remaining. It's Williams on the front for a moment, rotating around with this good breakaway of 3. The field looks to be in catch mode. Now here goes number 70, one of your top 3 currently, Tyler Olmstead. In fact, currently in 3rd place. He'll try to work his way back up to the leaders as quick as he can. A little bit of scramble from the front of the field now. Look at this quick catch coming onto the home straight. Just in time for the bell. Bringing it back together again. 11 to go. Lynch on the lead of the lap. Homestead brings with him a few more who are looking to contest now that we're in the points. Lynch pulls off the front and he finds unwanted company here. Williams leading the lap for the moment. Here comes Homestead now trying to take over. Homestead coming around into the front. And a good looking sprint here for Olmstead. He's going to improve on his 3rd place position. This will be 48 across the line. Second, that's Cattell, your rider currently in 2nd place. Before the sprint, there's Kenny Williams and Ben Flom, the next riders across the line. This field is really pulled apart here as we got riders in all positions across the back half of the track right now. Updates following the last sprint. Homestead has jumped up to 2nd overall with 9. 1 position ahead of Cotel now in 3rd with 8. Martin remains in 1st with 10 points. That's right. 1st place with 10, 2nd with 9, and 3rd with 8. Just 1 point separating from 1st to 2nd and again from 2nd to 3rd. Good race here up at the top of the leaderboard currently. Then we jump all the way down to 3 points, a tie for 4th between Tanaka, Carlson, and Lynch. And Gonzalez. 4 riders all in a tie for 4th place, all with 3 points. Alex Siegel and Kenny Williams both with 2. Jamie Park with 1. Other riders looking for their first points. 18 to go. I called 18. I meant to say 8. I did not add 10 laps back on for the riders. I swear, one of the riders put me up to it. The price was right. 7 to go. Carl Hafer for Found Cycling pulls away from the group. Looking for his first points in a solo break effort now. There goes number 48. Cotel starting to accelerate a bit. This will force the field to stretch out in response to number 48's acceleration. Hafer still in a good spot, seeing 6 to go. Points on the lap here. Your current race leader, Andrew Martin, back here in the field, trying to position himself. He's number 94, just coming into turn 1. Needs to try to find some points here as some of his competitors are up in front of him right now. Big move here from ACT. That's short for a cycling team, if you weren't on the know. Ryan Havel sending a big one forward here, picking up what will be his first points of the evening. Uncontested 5 for Havel. That's number 68, 61, and 70 I have coming across the line in that order. Tanaka picking up very important points here, starting to separate himself from the rest of the riders that he was formerly in a tie with. One of the many with 3 points, now with 6. We'll put him alone at 4th place. Andrew Martin and Tyler Olmstead now find themselves in a tie, both with 10 points apiece. One sprint remaining and the top of the race in a tie. Look out for them. It's number 94, Andrew Martin for 10-speed Hero. He's at the front of the field now, positioning, knowing this final sprint is going to be the determining factor. Tyler Olmstead, number 70, out there in that black kit with the very dark black and red helmet, also near the front of the field. They are currently your race leaders. However, it's only 2 points back to number 48, Jeremy Cotell for Creative Blue Racing Team. The third place rider, 2 points back. And 2 points beyond that in fourth place is Fergus Tanaka, number 68 for the Small Monsters Project. Ryan Havel bumping all the way up into fifth place from winning that previous sprint with 5 points. After that, it's Carlson, Lynch, and Gonzalez all with 3. Siegel, Williams, Ostertag Hill all with 2. And Park with 1. To summarize, 2 riders in a tie for first, but because the last sprint is worth so many points and there's not really any riders with any healthy separation from the rest of the field, it's still wide open. There is a possibility that the current race leaders could lose to someone with 0 points because of the way that the tie breaks work. So this last sprint will determine very much about this race, how this will all end up. With 2 to go, Little Max, number 42, is leading the lap. The rest of the riders on the track are behind the field. There is no one in front of number 42 currently on the lap. Coming into their bell lap, the final lap, so important here for the positioning for Martin and for Olmstead, your 2 current leaders. I see Martin about 6 wheels in, the rider in the all-white. And there's your bell. It's 1 lap to go. Your final lap for tonight's points race for the Masters and Cat 3 men. Mike Darlene leading the lap right now. No points to his name, but he's going to try to fight this one out down the back straight, see if he can get himself in a decent position to start this thing off. Now the fight coming. Here comes Martin, doing what he does so many times here at our Velodrome. Ride high in turn 4, ride high in turn 4, please. High, there we go. The finish, Andrew Martin doing what he does best, taking the final lap right when it counts most. Martin for the win here tonight, number 94, with another great victory in the Masters Cat 3 points race for the Grand Prix. And they'll come around one more time. How about it one more time, folks? He's coming up close to the railing for some recognition. It's Andrew Martin, local speedster, 10-speed hero, AFM, Andrew Martin, for today's win in the Experience Redmond points race. Elite men to the rail for the points race presented by Vision Tech. Our evening session of the Grand Prix continuing. We've got 2 more exciting races this evening. The Elite Men points race currently at the rail presented by Vision Tech. This will be a 60-lap contest around the Velodrome. Up next, the Elite Women for the Madison points race, our last race of the evening.
We have 37 riders on the rail, 37. We'll anticipate 1 neutral lap unless you can't get together, then there'll be 2. But on the whistle, neutral rollout, and we'll start you if you're all together out of turn 4.
Neutral underway. You'll recall the last race and the way the rules play out is exactly the same for this group. We've added a few more laps. It's a little bit bigger group here tonight. Sure to be a fast race this evening for the elite men. 60 laps. Plenty of opportunities for points here tonight. This will be a 12 by 5. This is one where a dominant racer could really start adding up the points and pull away from this field. Look for riders like Daniel Brewer to make up for being 5th in the elimination in this race. He's going to want to put something really special together. Whistle is sounded. Racing is underway. 60 laps to go. First bell at 56 remaining. And every 5 laps after that. No surprise to see a very fast lap to open things up here. 37 riders at the rail, and so many of them want to get this thing rocking and rolling right away. No time to wait. No need to go slow. 29 is Michael Watkins. That's the Cheney Windows and Doors team. I mentioned Brewer, his teammate, number 5, is out here trying to defend his 2-year crown as the Enduro champ here at the GP. That means the overall omnium between the longer distance events on the weekend, he has to place well in all of them to earn points for what is essentially the king of the endurance for the Grand Prix. He comes here as a 2-time champion. Off to not the best start for that elimination round, but you don't have to win them all to be the overall champion. You just got to be competitive in every phase. We saw a year ago Brewer ride this field out. He was on another league in terms of overall speed and endurance. Tonight met with, I think, a bit more of a dynamic group. There's a good bottom line here. The floor of this group in terms of speed is just really good this year. Might find it harder to get away from this field the same way we saw a year ago, but we will look to see what happens over the next several laps as this group is sorting things out and just still getting kind of sorted on the early laps. Lots of speed, lots of rotations, getting a feel for this crew and how this race is going to feel tonight. And your first opportunity for points. Who will be at the top of the leaderboards to start this race off? Stuart Gardner leading the lap currently. Now some acceleration down the back straight. It'll be interesting to see again who finds their way to the early lead. It's not about the first sprint. It's the long game. They've got many more of these to go. Cheney Windows and Doors looking in very good control here. The first 5 goes down to the sprinter's lane. I got number 41, 24, and I think 30 in that order across the line. We'll get the points updates quickly. And off the heels of that speed, fresh wheels take over the front. Harrison Devine at the front. Zach Kavolchek now. They're going to hit the hammer right when everybody wants to take a breather. Textbook move. You're going to see a lot of this tonight with so many speedsters in this field. Sit out on the sprint and then go right after. Hurt your opponents when they need the most rest. Your leader of the race right now is Michael Watkins, number 29. Max Haggard was second across the line for 3 points. Dylan Lawson in third with 2. Aaron Beebe in fourth with 1. All out-of-towners representing themselves nicely here on this first sprint, besides Max Haggard, one of our local competitors, often in the colors of Waterline Cycling. Tonight he's in the black, racing for Guillotine Cycling. Okay, well, he's also registered in a Guillotine tonight, too. I don't know what to tell you. Waterline Racing's all shaking their head at Max. Can't be bothered to show up to the biggest race of the year in your kit. Come on, man. Sometimes that's just how it goes. Watkins in the lead right now, so we'll look out for the Cheney Windows and Doors team to continue to put together an impressive evening here. Star Trek's got number 7 leading the lap right now. That's Justin Pack down the sprinter's lane. Everybody kind of down low and compact here Not a ton of speed as Pack's leading the lap and kind of waiting for the next move. That looks to be Colin Gibson, I believe, getting into position and starting to lead the lap now. Racing number 28 for this weekend, BPM Holly Brown Newsom Ray's team. At 51 to go, we got points. Gibson trying to lead the lap. Number 13 is Noah Shimskas. Shimska's starting to catch, now trying to take over on the sprint. Gibson losing position now to the catching riders. Newman, pardon me, the rider from Star Trek. Ooh, Kovalchuk, sneaky. Finds his way in there. That's number 7 that was trying to find good points there. Justin Pack getting beat to the line by Kovalchuk, who comes up from a couple wheels back with really good acceleration at the last moment. Once again, get the points totals updated quickly for you. Riders continuing to move quick here. Plenty of laps left to go at 49 remaining. Harrison Devine in the lead for a moment. Number 30 taking over now. Aaron Beebe, one of our riders with points, moves to the front. Current standings, Michael Watkins and Zach Kovalchuk in a tie with 5 points apiece. Haggard and Pack in a tie for third with 3 points apiece. Lawson and Shimskas in a tie for fifth with 2 points apiece. And Beebe and Leonard in a tie for seventh, 1 point apiece. 4 different riders in the second sprint, so we got a whole bunch of ties out there in this field. Look at how stretched out we are now. For the first time tonight, we really see the length of this field under some recent acceleration. It's been a bit more intermediate in between these sprints, a little bit kind of resting for just a moment while there's been an attack off the front, and then there's been the catch. Here it's just fast, fast, fast. There's BB, one of your riders with points, number 30, moving up high. Quick rotations through turn 2. Driving this train ahead of the bell. Things still very much single file in the front half of this field. Points next time around. Points next time around. Johannes Maley, number 93 for the Lost Boys Book Club, at the lead of the field right now. Leading for the last lap, trying to hold on to this thing. Here comes the counter down from about 5 or 6 positions back. Here they come around the turn. It's going to be flattened out for about 3 riders. Giannis is still holding on at the front, but I think it's going to go to the riders outside of the blue line. It will be way out here. BB, number 30. Patton Sims, I believe, number 6, was second across the line on that sprint. Tonight's points race for Lily Ben is brought to us by our friends at Vision Tech USA. Since its birth in Kona in the 90s, Vision has been synonymous with the no-expense spared assault on wind resistance. Vision has been the brand to beat, leading the way in time trials and triathlon by creating slippery fast aero products with proper fit adjustment to allow the rider to push their limits in race conditions. Vision continually refines, tests, and innovates in the quest for speed with industry-leading products throughout the range. Thanks once again to Vision for stepping up to support us in this past year and being one of our partners here at the GP. After the previous sprint, Aaron Beebe has taken the lead by just a single point. Number 30 for the First Internet Bank cycling team. 1 point up on 3 riders, all in a tie for second. Michael Watkins, Zach Kovalchuk, and Justin Pack, all with 5. Max Haggard and Patton Sims with 3. Dylan Lawson and Noah Shumskis with 2. Nicholas Leonard, 1. Josh Sherfy, 1. '93 received a relegation in the previous sprint for dangerous riding. Johannes Maley with a relegation in the previous sprint for dangerous riding. Therefore, was not awarded points. 41 to go. It feels like this points race is just getting warmed up. Anton Gibson for Star Trek at the front of the field. One of our riders without points, trying to get involved here. Big move from Dyna Racing. Look at this acceleration from the rider in pink. I think Nolan Adams taking control on the lap, trying to pick up a big 5. Adams for 5. Quinn Kennedy for 3. Michael Watkins was third across the line, picking up important points. He might take over at the top now. Your rider for Cheney Windows and Doors. Picking up very important points. May not be at the front of that field, but again, anything you can find, it all adds up with each of these riders. So few points so far. It's so spread out. This could come down to single digits for several positions based on how these first laps have been going. Updates after the previous sprint. Your leader, Michael Watkins, with 7. That's number 29 for the Cheney Windows and Doors team. Aaron Beebe for First Internet Bank Cycling with 6, now in second. Kovalchuk, 5. Pack, 5. Nolan Adams, 5. Max Haggard, 3. Patton Sims, 3. Quinn Kennedy, 3. Dylan Lawson, 2. Noah Shumskas, 2. Nicholas Leonard, 2. And Josh Sherfy, 1. Speaking of Haggard, one of our riders got early points in the race. He's back to the front now, leading the lap. Pulls up out of the way for this slight break. Again, that's just maybe a couple bike lengths right now, separating the field from this front group. They're still all together as they come onto the home straight. Current leader is not towards the front right now, so it could be some new riders picking up big points in this sprint, as I don't see any of the current leaders in the front of the field yet. Midway in the group, sort of resting things up. Winner of the elimination, Zach Kovalchuk out there with some good points. We saw Gallagher in second place. No points to him yet. I think he's playing the long game. We might start seeing some more of those names work their way back up to the front as we get further on in this one. Harrison Devine pulling up out of the way for the field as the bell's ringing again for points. Now here comes some of your leaders working their way up through the middle of the field just in time for this bell. Good placement in time here for these leaders. Cheney Windows and Doors leading the effort right now. I believe that's going to be your current 3 at the top, Watkins and Beebe, and Kovalchuk trying to get more points. And on the outside, it's number 30, Beebe. That's going to be Brewer, number 5, coming in for his first big points here tonight. Kovalchuk picks up what looks to be 2 this time. Aaron Beebe taking control a little bit here. This feels like the first true lead of the race, with Aaron Beebe now at 11. 4 points ahead of both Michael Watkins and Zach Kovalchuk, both tied for second with 7. Go 2 more points back to 4th place. We got a tie with Justin Pack and Nolan Adams, both with 5. Haggard with 3. Sims with 3. Kennedy with 3. Daniel Brewer for his first points, now tied for 6th place with all the other riders with 3 points. As we're getting the points updates, Merrick Gallagher, I was talking about how the first half of the race, he's kind of silent here. That's because he's playing the long game. He's an endurance racer from the ground up. He's going to try to do these kind of powerful solo rides, and he's a hard one to beat when he does these. Going to try to pick up a good 5 here on this effort. He tries to time the attack about a lap earlier than you might expect it to happen. Going back to the field, it looks like we've got a group of 4 pushing away from the field just a little bit here. Being led by some of our points leaders currently. That looks to be Beebe doing some work right now, the rider in white. There's Haggard in black. The junior going to be getting the bell. Here he is on the home straight. Should have 5 points wrapped up nicely for Gallagher. His first points of the race, but a big moment for the junior. And it is Beebe at the front of the field, number